And here is my secret corner of Voloci gold. This bike is Nathan Ulrich's personal Voloci bike with a custom blue leather seat and aluminum side covers and a bobber style headlight. I've never ridden this bike. All I did was take the batteries out of it to preserve it. This is my e-bike graveyard down in the basement. And I need to steal this 72 volt 20 amp hour battery out of the LR small block. I'm gonna use this battery on the new Voloci, make it 36 volt. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dead projects. Okay, we got the battery out. Let's put this bike back. All right, made quick work of that, tore the battery apart. Now we can split it up into 36 volt sections. So these are both 36 volt sections and I had them in series, linking them up to 72 volts. Now I'm gonna change that wiring and parallel all of it so it's 8 packs at 36 volts. So it's gonna end up being 36 volts, 40 amp hours. It's gonna be crazy. These are 21700 cells, they're fairly new. All right, this is how I'm gonna assemble the pack. So there's 4 packs in each parallel group. I'm just gonna combine them into 8 packs, one big parallel group. So it's gonna be 10 cells across the board. So now I just need to parallel these 2 outputs instead of having them in series, and then we can have one giant pack. So there's 10 cells in each pack. It's gonna end up being 80 21700 cells, giving me 36 volts, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So I think this will fit in the Voloci. I gotta measure it because these are 21700 cells. I think they'll just barely fit. We have exactly 3 inches. I think they'll fit. And this bike is just sick, but there's no directionals on this bike either because he used it for his personal bike to travel around his estate. So he took the directionals off. This one looks so cool. I don't even know if I ever want to ride that one, but maybe I should just pop the batteries in this one. It is a really sweet bike. Yeah, see, the front of this one's cleaned up. So he took a lot of the wiring out of it. So there's no wiring at all in there for all the directionals. Yeah, that would be cool if I just got this one up and running as like a cruiser. It's just in immaculate condition. It's been sitting up here for maybe 5 years. I don't know, I haven't touched it, and I just have all these spare tires. It's a badass bike for sure. Maybe that's what we'll do. This has the sealed lead acid battery housing on it, and look, there's nothing in it. But I wanted to keep that on there because it makes it look so cool. But again, does this have the wiring? It doesn't. Oh, okay. So it does have the wiring down there. Yeah, maybe this is the one we gotta use. We're gonna use Nathan Ulrich's personal Voloci. Man, this guy designed a cool bike though. These bikes still to this day look cool and futuristic. Everybody wants one, but they're impossible to find. These batteries have been sitting for almost 14 months, a little over a year. So I was curious about the voltage. It looks like they're holding 38.8. Man, I really love batteries that don't have BMSs in them, because every battery I have with a BMS, when it sits, the battery just kills itself. Most of the BMSs, they used to run off the first 1 or 3 cells of the pack. So my last 20 cell pack, I have 3 dead groups of cells because the BMS just annihilates it, and you let it sit for months and don't do anything with it, and then they're ruined. So these don't have any BMS in them, and look at that, they're holding strong at 38.8 volts, which is fine. We'll be able to charge them up to 42, and these should work great. All right, we got the custom bobber Voloci down from storage, and I got it next to the batteries. Man, this thing has been sitting for a long time. It needs to be cleaned. I'm not gonna get it wet though. I'm probably just gonna clean it with like a damp rag and some cleaning solvent, some like diluted simple green or something like that. I'm also going to try to get this old Panorama computer screen working. It's like a really old psychoanalyst, but it's more bicycle style. It just runs off a magnet sensor down here on the wheel like a regular bike tripometer. I just have to put a new, probably a new hearing aid battery in there or something. So I hooked up the 10 cell pack to it. I got it terminated. It made a nice big pop, so the controller is charged. But we do not have any lights. Let's see if this thing actually works. Let's try to turn the power on. Nope, no power, no lights on the gauge. Nothing works. The key was on. So I think I have to hook this yellow control wire in. If you look up here to the key switch, the yellow wire is the main kill switch. So
that kid's coming with me. That's up there. What's the that is Jim. James or Jim.
All right.
Yeah, he's no.
We tucked that wire in there. Look at that. Now it has power. Sweet. All right, let's try this again. Turn the key. The LEDs light up and the wheel is spinning. The throttle is very sticky. Well, that doesn't sound good. The rear disc brake is bent. The rear disc rotor is bent, that's for sure. Everything is wobbling all over the place. And this motor does not sound like it's brushless. So a couple of the early revisions of the Volocis actually used a brushed motor. And this sounds like it's a brushed motor. The only way to know that would be to pull off the side controller here, the cover, and see if it was three-phase or if it only had two wires going to the motor. But just by the sound of this, it sounds like one of the other prototype bikes that my daughter used for many years. It was a brushed motor, and one of the ways you could tell is because this center piece between the frame rails is flat and smooth. On the newer ones, they're kind of rippled with like half circular fins to try to keep them cool, and this does not have that. This is aluminum though. On the other bike that we have, it's steel, but this is a loud motor. It definitely sounds like it's brushed. It's working though. Yeah, it sounds really weird. It almost sounds like it's a three-phase motor and the timing's off. I'm gonna try to work on this throttle a little bit because it is solid as a rock and it stays wide open and it doesn't snap back, and it is really hard to turn. You need your whole hand to turn it. So I'm gonna try to take it apart and see if we can get it lubed up a little bit. So before I take it on a test ride, I just want it to actually work right. So yeah, one thing I really don't like about Volocis is their throttle design. It's a really bad throttle design, and it uses this like magnet set inside of this, like it's almost like a fish waiter, just really cheap die cast mold. And as you can see, this mold is completely flaking apart, and it was not budging. Just to get this thing out, I had to use like all my force, and this round hump is supposed to ride inside of this channel, so it's just die cast on plastic, and that's why it doesn't move good. So I'm going to try to clean the heck out of this and get it to operate. Yeah, this motor runs pretty rough. It gets going, it's nice and smooth, but off startup, it's very, very rattly. Let's give it a go here. This is the first ride this thing's had in probably 20 years. Can you hear the chain rattling around? I don't think this thing's gonna climb hills for shit. Absolutely zero torque off the line. Oh, the headlight fell down. This is the bobber style headlight. Yeah, I was hoping this motor was going to quiet down by driving it a little more, but this motor just makes so much noise when it cogs. That's why I have a feeling that this is a brushed motor. It's just super loud. When you let off the throttle and just coast, there's so much drag on this wheel. It's not even funny. I thought it was chain noise at first, but it's not. This chain is a 415 light duty chain, very similar to a 1/2-inch pitch bicycle chain, and it's not the chain making the noise. And then I thought maybe it was because the chain's rubbing on the aluminum frame right here. They did revise this and have a little plastic piece that goes over this swing arm. I don't have it on this model bike, but I have it on other ones. But that's not the noise either. The noise is coming from the motor cogging. It's ridiculous. It's so loud. Did a quick little duct tape job on the battery pack so we can get it put in the Voloci. I have to wait till I get home because I forgot a couple of connectors. I need another XT parallel connector so I can get these wired up. Right now I was running it on 4. I'm gonna run it on 8, double the amperage. Man, those batteries just barely fit in there after I duct taped them. Had to kind of slide them in there nice and tight, but that's a good thing. All right, now I'm using the M12 soldering iron and I'm putting on some XT60 leads so I can build these battery packs up into an 8P formation. Letting the thing heat up real quick and then we can get to soldering. Geez, I haven't soldered an XT60 in a year or two and accidentally melted it. But somehow I managed to get 10 gauge wire onto an XT60. That wasn't easy either. This Turnigi wire really soaks up the heat, this wire. It's crazy. Oh, I'm literally 2 for 2. I burnt both of the connectors. But I got a good solder joint on each of them, so good enough for me. Moving on. Just using some 12 gauge crimps to adapt the XT60 to the Voloci because I don't really want to mess with the stock wiring. So I'm just going to put an XT60 on this and we can plug the battery in. Built a little foam insulator to put between the wiring and the battery so it doesn't crush all the wiring. Battery finally in an 8P configuration and ready to go in the bike. Wow, the cover actually snapped on and the battery is fully wired up and plugged into the controller. Battery situation is complete. Now I just need to switch out the rear disc rotor. I brought a used one in that is slightly rusty, but it's not bent. And we gotta swap it out with this guy right here, which these rotors look almost brand new, but it's bent, so that's gotta come off. So let's get to that. Threw a new battery in the Panoram and it finally came to life. It didn't work yesterday. I come into work today and now it's working. So you're not gonna believe this one. I go to take off the disc brake rotor, come to find out that this prototype Voloci has a different sized axle than all the other Volocis. See, it's a through axle, but you can't actually push it through and take it out without removing the entire swing arm. Pretty ridiculous. So just to change this brake rotor, I had to take the entire side of the swing arm off because this axle is flared and the center is larger than the exterior. On all the regular Velocis, you can just take this thing out and tap it through like a regular through axle. I was wondering why it wouldn't tap out. I was kind of hammering on it and come to find out that it does not come out. That is ridiculous. All right, brake rotor swapped out. That was literally like a 45-minute job and I needed Mikey to help me out. Kind of needed 4 hands to get this thing back together. I had to completely loosen up the suspension and it was a pain getting this linkage to line up and get these aluminum swing arm rods through into place. It was kind of a pain, but we got it done. The brake rotor is now fixed and not bent, and on to the next part. I think I'm gonna pull this motor cover off and see if this is a brushed or brushless motor. I'm kind of interested. Wow, I would have bet money on this being a brushed motor, the way that this thing sounds when you cog it, but this is a brushless system. It has a Voloci controller with a revision 3.12 flash, and it's a real Voloci motor in here. I'm surprised because there's no fins, but this is aluminum, it's not steel. So I guess that makes sense. But I'm happy that this is a brushless system. I'm gonna put this back together and leave it alone. I just have to line this ridiculous O-ring gasket up and get it back in place. So apparently this Panoram display also has a toe peak sensor, which had a battery in it that was completely corroded. So I picked up a Duracell replacement battery. So let's put the new battery in here. So I just took the Voloci to the bank to get money to go buy an on-off-road Kawasaki dirt bike so me and my brother can ride. But this thing is sweet, but we can't go ride 100 miles in this thing, and I can't keep up with them on a 250 Honda. All right, guys, thanks for watching part 1 of the Voloci restoration project. In part 2, we're going to be charging these batteries up to full and trying to get a nice 50-mile ride in and see if this thing will work. We're going to see if it'll actually do it, see how far we can go on one charge, and see if the bike doesn't break down. I mean, the thing hasn't rode in 15, 20 years. We're going to try to go 50 miles on this bike. Stay tuned for part 2. Thanks, guys.